Let me show you an easy way to clean your cast iron. Turn on that water on hot. There's a few different options. As you can see, I have some stock items in here from making some cinnamon rolls. Get that hot water going. A few different options. One, just a plain old brush. If it'll come out, as you can see, that's getting some of it, but not all of it. So if that doesn't work, the other thing I use is one of these chain items. And you can see that works pretty good. So that's another option you can use. Usually the hot water will do its trick. Then another trick is to use some salt. Put some salt in here. Coarse salt's better, but I didn't have any. You can use a paper towel, use that as an abrasive. That'll take it out usually. See how quick that came out? So that's another fail-safe method. And now that water's hot, that's actually my biggest trick. Just get hot water. And I usually use this brush. It has a scraper on the end. It's plastic, it won't damage your cast iron. And then the old myth, does cooking with Bob use dish soap? Yes, I do. Anytime you use modern dish soap, it doesn't do anything. If you go on the Lodge website, it'll tell you it's fine. I've been using dish soap for 20 some years. Never a problem. All you have to do is make sure you rinse it well. Get the outside if there's anything on there. And I like to use these shop towels. They're the ones that are inside of a box. There's blue ones and white ones. As you can see, no lint. Now if you want to be all cool, you can go ahead and stick that on your burner and dry it out. I don't, because mine are all hanging up, so they always dry fine. Once you get it all clean, you can hit it with a little bit of oil. It doesn't take much. Just take a dry towel, and you want to basically rub all this back out. If you kind of dry it. And if you want to put oil on it, I don't always do that. I do occasionally, but as you can see, it's the same way you season. Put the oil on, basically dry it off. There's still oil there. You can see the shininess. That's all you have to do. Hang it up. If you do stack them, a trick, if you put them in a cabinet and stack them, if you take a paper towel and kind of put over the edge when you're stacking, that way it'll let some air get in between each of the cast iron skillets. That's all there is to it. No reason to be afraid of cast iron. It's very simple to take care of them. They stay nice. I use metal spatulas. Never have a problem. Been doing it for years and years. And then all I do is once I have my pan all clean and oiled, I just hang it in the location it goes to. Here's a pizza pan, cast iron, Camp Chef version that I serve some eggs on. It's my little trick. I heat this up on the stove, and then that way when I serve food, it'll keep it warm. Same thing, hot water. I always start with the brush first. A lot of times the brush will take it off. If the brush doesn't work, unfortunately I'll let this sit a day, and that's one of the worst things you can do. If you clean up right after you cook, this comes off easy. But I love this thing. Doesn't do any harm. I believe I got that from Lodge, but you can find them anywhere. And typically between that and a little bit of brush action, I can get everything off pretty easy. Of course, when I put the food on here, I didn't put any oil or anything, so that's why the egg yolk stuck to it a little bit. See, as that water's heating up, it's coming right off. And if you're wondering, yes, this is a laundry tub. I'm in an outbuilding at a campground behind my camper that I use to cook in. And because I use such big pots and pans and kettles to cook for lots of people, I decided to put a laundry tub in instead of a standard sink. It's actually worked out terrific. Alright, I think we got it. One pizza pan. Same thing. Look at that. It just all come right off. Hot water makes a big difference. Get that cast iron a little bit hot. And then we'll just dry this one off just like we did the other ones. That's all you gotta do. You want to hit it with a little bit of oil when you're done, you can do that. You can put it on the burner to dry it all the way. I typically don't because I hang all mine up and they get plenty of air to dry out. Never had an issue doing it that way. And I pretty much exclusively use cast iron. Now, I use this paper one. I don't know if you can see, but there's some white little particles. That's why I don't like to use these. I like to use the shop rags because they don't leave any of that. You could also use a cotton cloth, but even when you clean these, you always still get, this is my drying one, you still get a little bit of discoloration. So I don't usually use a towel or a wash rag, whatever you call them, but there it is, beautiful. Always in great condition. The more you use them, the better they are. If you bake in them or on them, they'll even get better. Just lightly oil, wipe most of that oil out, bake something in it, just like you're seasoning it every single time. So let's hang this one up. Pan complete, cast iron. I just put some screws in. Have T111 siding up there, so I can arrange them any way I feel like it. And that's all there is to cleaning cast iron. Don't make it hard on yourself.
Comment below if you try any of my tips or tricks in the Cooking with Bob way of keeping track and keeping good care of your cast iron. If you have any other tips that you want to share, please also put those in the comments. Until the next episode, I hope you're enjoying Cooking with Bob. Y'all have a fantastic day.